Good morning, loved ones. I hope you had good nights of sleep. I've been suffering from that fucking headache again, and that's why I'm recording so late. It's much better now, but you never know when it comes back. Like it's like the devil, like living inside me. Sometimes it's like it feels like it's banging with a hammer, like on one part of my head. It's like boom, 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 boom. And every time it's like the worst pain ever. Like I probably don't know the worst pain ever, but it's really painful. Today I read an article where Bob Dylan refused the Nobel Prize, and I got so excited about that because he was speaking about the Swedish Academy as tards with big egos, sitting there and thinking a lot, and I couldn't agree more on that. Apparently it was fake, the interview where he said that, but I really enjoy that anyway, because I have a problem with people that have read a lot and have an enormous knowledge of things they've read, but they haven't really experienced that much. I think that a lot of people, like for me generally, if someone tells me that their knowledge is more worth than my knowledge, there's like a big warning signal. When someone is like, this is how it is, for me that's stupidity, because no one can know exactly how it actually is. It's probably, from your perspective, it's like that, but it's going to be very different from my perspective and from your perspective and someone else's perspective. Like, I have a huge problem with people thinking that they're right and that their truth is some kind of universal truth. I know that my opinion and what I think and believe, and that's my opinion and that's my belief, doesn't have to stand for you. What you think and what you believe is not actually my business. And I think if I also so interesting, I had a conversation with this guy who's taking my yoga classes, and he loves another teacher that is teaching in the same place, and she's very famous and really great. She's doing a lot of teacher trainings in Sweden, and her way of teaching doesn't speak to me, so I don't get inspired by her. I always get inspired by the teachers that I love practicing for, and that do things that inspires me as a person, and she inspires me as a person, but her way of teaching is not, it doesn't work for me, that's how we are. People, some people are gonna love the way I teach, and some are gonna hate it and want someone else to teach them how to enjoy yoga. And I think it's important that we kind of put light on that in the world, because truth, what is the truth? My truth is my truth. It doesn't have anything to do with your truth. And those kind of things upsets me a lot. When people think that their opinion and experiences are higher value than anyone else's. And when I find myself in a situation where I'm kind of, telling someone how things are, I don't like who I am. So I'm trying to be very observant with how I express myself and what I stand for, which is not so easy. Anyway, that was just a reflection. We're gonna do some yoga. So get down on your sitting bones, straighten up your back, close your eyes and focus on the area between your eyebrows, the third eye looking inwards. Pay attention to where your breathing is located in your body. We're gonna start taking control over our breath. On the inhalation, feel how your belly is expanding. And on the exhalation, drag your belly button towards the spine. Imagine how you fill your belly with air as a balloon getting filled with air. And exhale. Continue breathing like this. I'm gonna do kind of a fun reference to this. My sister was participating in a yoga class I had this weekend, and I always, to help people deepen their breath, I always do that metaphor with the balloon. And she's studying to be a doctor, and she's like, you know, that's not correct, right? It's actually that you fill the lungs and they just go here, and then when they're filled they push out like, you know, what's in our stomach. So it's not actually that we fill our lungs down here, because they're not located here, they're here. And when they're filled, then there's not space for the other things in the stomach, so that's why it goes out. So, you know, just to be a little correct in my way, I was thinking I should put that in. I'm gonna continue with the metaphor of the balloon, but if anyone has a problem, you know that's not like how it actually looks within the body. Thanks, sis. Love you. We're gonna come back to this breathing eventually, but before that we're gonna do the fire breathing. And we do that by pushing our belly button towards the spine, quick and fast. And that automizes the exhalation, and then, so we force the exhalation, and the inhalation is supposed to be automatic. It takes a little while before it gets there. But, you know, if we continue practicing, you're gonna get there eventually. So like this. And we're gonna inhale to start. Beautiful. Great job. We're gonna come up to all our fours. Place your hands straight underneath your shoulders. Place your knees straight underneath your hips. We're gonna do the cat and cow. So inhale, come forward with your belly, look halfway up to the ceiling. And just continue, follow your own breath. Stop in a neutral position, tuck our toes, and on the exhalation come to downward facing dog. On the next exhalation, come up with your leg up in the air. Exhale, come forward with your right foot. I think I'm gonna have to do this. We're gonna place our knee to the mat, so you can double fold your mat. I was triple folding it. Now this Italian is coming in. The best language for swearing. And inhale, come up here. And if you want, you stay here. And if you feel that this is a challenge, you're gonna have to find your root lock and your mid lock to get an intense stretch here. And you know, you activate the area around your pelvis, almost as like you need to go to the bathroom and there's no toilet around. And the mid lock, you find an energy between the hip bones and the rib bones. If you want, you can come up with your back knee. Come back to downward facing dog. On the next inhalation, come up with your left leg. Exhale, come forward with your left foot, double fold the mat. And inhale, come up. Find your root lock and your mid lock. I'm sorry. I think I have some cold laying. That's why I have a headache. It's like, yeah, I have this theory. I'm not gonna go into that. If you want to intensify, you can come up with your leg, grab your foot, and if you have a balance, you can lean backwards. Inhale, come up. And come down. Ouch. That, you know, when you, every time I do that, it's so painful. We're gonna come back to downward facing dog. And today we're gonna do half pinion. So we come forward with our left leg, left knee, I'm sorry. And before we go down, make sure you have flex your left foot. Find parallel hips and exhale, come down. Inhale, come up. Place your hands and come back to downward facing dog. Before we do it on the other side, just feel if there's any difference on your both sides in the dog. We're gonna come forward with our right knee. Sorry. Find parallel hips, flex your foot, and exhale, come down. Inhale, come on. Beautiful. And come down to your sitting bones. Straighten your back up. Close your eyes and focus on the area between your eyebrows, the third eye looking inwards. Let this eye lead you to the area around your heart. In this area you find an inner room where you're going to spend some time just for yourself. There is nothing that has been and nothing that will come, just you in this moment. Just we know Vatidamasto Mawin Vishawahai Harion. Slowly come back to the room where you are. We're going to finish today's class together with 3 shanti. So inhale to start. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Place your palms to your forehead for you to think good thoughts through the day, to your mouth for you to speak the truth, and to your heart for you to follow your heart and to be kind to yourself and to other people. As always, I think it's really important that we focus on what we can give to the world and try to not focus so much on what you want from the world, more of what you have the capacity to give. And I forget this very often, but remember to go out there and be the change that you want to see in the world. Namaste. Thank you so much. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.